the same cigarettes as me. When I'm riding around the globe and I'm doing this and I'm signing that and I'm trying to make some boy. Baby, 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 come back. Can't you see I'm on a losing streak? When I'm riding around the globe and I'm doing this and I'm signing that and I'm trying and I'm trying.
Come so many miles and memories from that block. Feels like jumped on the silver bird and never came back. I never get to see you, but you always hold me down. You never fall me when I leave you. I'm finally coming back around. It's like I never get a minute. Feels like I'm never not on tour. Sometimes I start to miss you. What am I doing all this for? I want it to be better, a better brother. To be there for my sister, no father figure. Come home for the summer, be with my mother. I'm not an only son, but where is my brother? Protected from the bad men, come from the gutter. She said she'd be okay, and I had to trust her. Sometimes you gotta leave, don't even want her. Sometimes you gotta leave, don't even want her.
Never got much time at home. Usually, yes, always on standby. But you by my side anyway. Yeah, getting real comfortable just sitting in the same place. It's kinda weird that I can put away my suitcase. I'm trying to take advantage of all of the same space that I share with you. It's like our time is on a meter until I go back out on tour. It's like I never get to see ya. What am I doing all this for?
I want it to be better, a better brother. To be there for my sister.
You're listening to WUSM Hattiesburg. It's time for Southern Miss Today. Southern Miss Today is WUSM's news and public affairs program. Southern Miss Today airs Monday through Thursday at noon. Southern Miss Today is sponsored by Mr. Sippy Beverages. And now to start the show, Southern Miss Student Media News.
Welcome to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. You are here with Madison Warren, and I'm here to give you all of the spooky news surrounding Hattiesburg and the world. So let's dive in. I don't know if we'd say spooky, but Southern style applications are closed at 5 p.m. tonight, so make sure to apply before it's too late. Congratulations to USM Physical Plant Irrigation Technician Ryan McDonald for receiving Employee of the Month. Keep up the good work. SMAC is partnering with the Center for Pathway Experiences to present the motivational film The Pursuit of Happiness, and that will play November 3rd at 6 p.m. in the Joe Paul Theater. The Miss University of Southern Mississippi Scholarship Competition will be held on November 12th at 7 p.m. in the Joe Paul Theater. Admission is free. In Hattiesburg news, more than 100 runners helped Habitat for Humanity raise money to build a new home for a deserving Pine Belt family Saturday. They ran in Habitat for Humanity's third annual Monster Mash Mud Run. The event featured one one 10K race and 4 5K races. It also had food and informational vendors. Nearly $20,000 was raised and will be used to help the organization build its 72nd home in the Pine Belt. If you missed any of the great festivals that happened this weekend, there are some events that are happening tonight that you can attend. West Point Baptist Church will be having a fall festival from 6 to 8 tonight. Rawls Springs Community Center will be having their first annual Trunk or Treat from 4:30 to 6. There will be food, drinks, music, and a costume contest. Brewski's will be open tonight and will feature a costume contest where the winner wins free cover for an entire year. That is insane, but I will most likely be attending because that's crazy. In South Mississippi, Bay St. Louis will have the Haunted Bayou Cruise. Times are listed on the website. Bay St. Louis will also have their historical Ghost and Cemetery pub walk. Times are listed on the website. In Biloxi, Trunk or Treat from 4 to 7 p.m. at John Henry Beck Park. In D'Iberville, the city of D'Iberville will have their Trunk or Treat from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. In Gulfport, Boo Boogie Bash will be from 4 to 5 p.m. in Gulfport Public Library. In Lucedale, Treats in the Streets will be from 6 to 8 p.m. in downtown Lucedale. And in Pascagoula, the Trunk or Treat 6 p.m. at First Presbyterian Church of Pascagoula. And in national news today, people showed up at convenience stores, groceries, and gas stations around the country to snatch up lottery tickets for a chance at Monday night's massive $1 billion Powerball jackpot. The jackpot soared after no one matched all 6 numbers in Saturday night's drawing. It's the 5th largest lottery jackpot in U.S. history. The biggest prize was a $1.586 billion Powerball jackpot won by 3 ticket holders in 2016. No one has hit all 6 numbers since August 3rd, a testament to how slim the odds are of winning the jackpot, 1 in 292.2 million. The $1 billion jackpot prize is for winners who opt to take the full amount piecemeal for over 29 annual payments. Nearly all winners opt for a lower cash payment, which for Monday's drawing will be an estimated $497.3 million. Whew. In sad news, South Korean president ordered a period of national mourning Sunday after at least 103 people were killed in a crowd stampede in Seoul. The crowd rush occurred during Halloween festivities as a massive crowd pushed into a narrow alleyway, crushing those in the middle of the group. Mourners laid flowers at the scene hours after first responders described carrying body after body out of the alleyway, finding few alive. Seoul officials have received more than 350 missing person reports following the tragedy. We'll be right back with sports and weather after these messages.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To start, Mississippi will give you 1-month cooler rental and 2 bottles of water for free. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Hey Southern Miss Radio, this is Charlie Luttrell from the 4th Street Sports Show, a student sports radio show and podcast covering everything going on in Southern Miss athletics. Our group is back this year to keep the coverage going and bring you a fresh perspective on your favorite teams. If you want to catch up on all the sports events and hear from the players and coaches themselves, then make sure to tune in to Southern Miss Radio 88.5 every Monday at 5 p.m.
Welcome back to the top. Southern Miss Soccer will be playing in the Sun Belt Conference Championships today in Foley, Alabama. They will be playing Georgia State at 7 p.m. Women's soccer will be playing in the Judson at the Hattiesburg Country Club today and tomorrow. Admission is free. Southern Miss football won Thursday night, 39-24 against the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Good job, boys. They will be playing at Coastal Carolina on November 12th and will kick off at 6:30 Central Time, and that will be played on ESPNU. In weather, much better weather for Halloween night than we had over the weekend as those storms move through Saturday. There will be some strong thunderstorms and tornado warnings, but by Sunday, everything was looking much better and clearly clearing nicely. We'll keep the drier trend for the rest of the week, but the clouds will return for today and tomorrow before clearing out. Once they do, it'll be nothing but sunshine and warmer than average afternoons for the rest of the week. For today, expect a high near 75 with partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. I generally expect to see it stick to the lower end, but there will be fairly cloudy periods as moisture streams by overhead. Tomorrow morning will be our coolest morning with a low in the low 50s, but it warms for the rest of the week. That'll have us up to about 82 by Friday, which is just ahead of our next front, once again on Saturday, but only for the morning this time. Looks like we'll see some morning showers and not much else. Temperature barely falling as we head through the weekend. We're still in the 80s by the start of next week, but it looks like we'll see some noticeable cooling by Wednesday. So, Jackson,
So,
are
Madison.
you so excited for Halloween tonight?
Absolutely. I already joined the festive spirit. I've dressed up as somebody who's very sad because I'm just wearing my uniform from back when I worked at Walmart in Lucedale, actually. So, a nice shout out by you earlier for the Trick or Streets event. But,
Yeah.
Madison, I want to ask you, how will you be celebrating Halloween this evening?
That I really, I don't know what I'm going to be yet. I'm hoping I'm going to leave here tonight or this afternoon. I'm going to go look for a costume and see what's left at the Halloween store. There might be something left, you never know. I feel like it's all gone, but we'll try. And then I think I'm going to try this costume contest at Brewski's.
There you go. And there's something that it's always a hot topic online that I want to get your take on is that the age for trick-or-treating. Where do you think that age cuts off? Because a lot of people have varying opinions. How old is too old to go trick-or-treating?
I don't think it's ever too old to go trick-or-treating. That is my thought process, I think everyone should partake
See,
in all the
going
festivities.
back-
It's so fun.
Going back, like when I was in school, I was always that kid who like, ooh, I don't want to do that. That's weird. So like I stopped by middle school, but honestly, being where I am now, you should do it in middle school, maybe even freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
Or just keep it going. Just don't be 37 years old and go
Yeah,
trick or
that's true.
treating.
Don't grow up unless you have to. Right?
Exactly. Be like Peter Pan. But right now we're going to listen to our daily Mississippi Moments segment. We're going to hear from Ken Fairley, recall a plot to arrest James Meredith. Let's have a listen.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. In 1962, James Meredith attempted to become the first African American to enroll at Ole Miss. Ken Fairley, then a Hinds County deputy, recalls the plot to arrest Meredith on his way to Oxford.
Went in to see Sheriff Guilfoyle, and he said, "Go home, get your clothes packed, we're going to Ole Miss." I said, "Sheriff, what we going to do at Ole Miss?" And he said, "Just go on and do like I tell you, take enough clothes to be up there for a while." And there were 5 other deputies, myself and 5 others. Well, Governor Barnett called the sheriff and wanted 6 personal security officers, and he wanted Bob to furnish them from the sheriff's office. And the county attorney had also made an affidavit against James Meredith for perjury. In addition to the security, we were going to go to Panola County, and we were going to stop Meredith in Panola County and serve the arrest warrant on him and bring him immediately to Hinds County Jail. Theory being that if that worked, then he would have a record, and then they could deny him admission to university.
To hear more, visit MississippiMoments.org or just like us on Facebook. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
Welcome back to Southern Miss. Today we thank MPB as always for the Mississippi Moment segment that we hear each and every day, and we're very grateful for that. So we're going to go to some quick sponsorship messages right quick. We do not have a guest today, so we're going to bring in our very talented and special executive producer, Whitney Howard. We're going to have a nice conversation with her, see what she's doing for Halloween, maybe what she's done in the past. She can maybe bring some expertise, but we're going to have all that and more right here on Southern Miss Today. Stay tuned.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To start, Mississippi will give you 1 month cooler rental and 2 bottles of water for free. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Since 1927, the Student Prince has been a direct conduit to USM students. Get your share of the more than $600 million USM brings into South Mississippi by advertising your business or service in the Student Prince. To find out more about how to advertise in the Student Prince, email sm2sales@usm.edu.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today. I'm Jackson Howell alongside Madison Warren, and we'd like to welcome our very special guest. We see her every day. You might even hear her sometimes every day. The great, the powerful, the wonderful executive producer Whitney Howard. Whitney, how are you today?
I'm doing great. I don't know who that person was that you introduced. I'm looking behind me to see, is there someone behind me?
I can't see anybody. But
Oh, you are talking about me. Well, thank you so much for an awesome introduction.
well, you're sitting in the guest chair today, so I gotta hype you up, unlike the other days.
Okay. You're right. Okay. No
So-
haterade today.
Absolutely. So, actually got some breaking news in college football. Auburn has fired their head coach, Brian Harsin, into his second year in the program. Bit of a shocker in the SEC. Speaking of football, I know, Madison, you mentioned that you went to the Southern Miss game Thursday. Whitney, were you there as well?
I was there.
So, I mean, how much fun was it on Thursday, right? What was your favorite part?
Actually, I love to video every part when they're, I don't know much about football, but I know they get into a huddle, and when the quarterback is getting ready to throw the ball, I video a lot of the game, and I actually got that long pass touchdown
Really?
on film.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know we got it for 4th Street as well. So are you in the stands taking a video on your phone? Is that what you're doing?
I am taking video content on my phone.
So, like, and Madison, I'll ask you first, I guess. Are you like a big tailgater? Or are you like a big hang out with your friends before the game and then actually go to the game and have fun type of person?
Yes, that's what I do. So this time we went and tailgated with my sorority, and then I'm not a big football person, but so I usually don't stay the whole time, but I did stay. This time I stayed. And I will say my favorite part was I met Michael Myers and
yeah.
Spider-Man. They were both there. It was kind of crazy. I didn't get their autographs or anything, but I did get pictures. So I felt important.
I know the Southern Miss Student Media Center Instagram page posted a picture with Michael Myers. There were also some alcoholic beverages on that post we don't have to talk about, but not throwing anybody under the bus. But did you get to see Michael Myers, Whitney? Where were you sitting at the stadium?
I did not get to see Michael Myers. And Michael Myers just won't die, will he?
No, we
just
won't.
can't get rid of. No, I didn't get to see him. I did get to see our mascot and take a picture with him. So that was the
he's
only
famous
highlight.
too.
Yeah, he's famous too.
Well, Seymour DeCampus.
Oh, Seymour all the time.
Absolutely. We hope to see more of you on this show. We're not going anywhere.
Absolutely.
I just had to throw that pun in there, but obviously that person dressed up as Michael Myers, Whitney. I asked Madison this earlier, but one of the hot topics around Halloween time is how old is too old to trick or treat? What's your take on it?
It's never too old to trick or treat. I'm a kid at heart. I have 8 grandkids, and I have a 9-year-old who, excuse me, loves to trick or treat. So, I mean, you're always a kid at heart. It just, depends on you. People might look at you funny because they're thinking, why is she at the door? I want candy too.
Yeah. They probably go to the store, go get some. Go get some for me in my employee uniform. But
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to walk with you in Walmart today, and I'm going to look like I'm a VIP customer because you're going to be my associate.
well, trust me, there's nothing VIP about that. Let me tell you from my 2-year experience. But one thing I want to ask you, and Madison, I'll ask you this in a second. What were some of your favorite memories going trick-or-treating, and what did you dress up as that you maybe enjoyed the most?
Oh my God, I dressed up every year. I've actually had. I was more of a Disney person, so I kind of like the Tinkerbell stuff and the Cinderella stuff and the Good Witch of the West. Well, not the Good Witch of the West.
Wicked Witch of the West.
Well, no, not the Wicked. Well, actually, as an adult, I did more Wicked Witch costumes than anything because I could be more risque.
That makes sense.
But as a kid, I was kind of like the fairy type, costume wearer. Yeah.
Madison, what kind of characters did you trick or treat as a kid?
I loved Disney as well. I was Snow White 3 years in a row. I love Snow White. I'm trying to think. What else was I? I always went all out. I was the only child, so my mama always she loved to dress me up. So we would go every year, and I loved it. I love Halloween. I always have. So I try to dress up every year. So I don't know what we're going to be this year. We're still figuring it out.
I don't really remember a lot of the costumes I dressed up as, but I have 2 pictures on my phone of my sister and I, and she was always dressing up as a princess. One year I dressed up as an evil clown, which my girlfriend uses to tease me. And then the other year I was
What does
Super
that look
Mario.
like?
Yeah, I want to see this.
I actually painted my face white and had eyeliner and stuff. My mom gave me the full workup, and not a picture you're gonna see me post on social media. That's for sure.
Kudos to mom.
Absolutely. I mean, she was a dance teacher, so she's into that kind of stuff. But one thing I want to ask you, Whitney, I don't know if I asked you this already, but what are your Halloween plans this evening?
I am going to be in Dr. Hale's class from 6 to 9. That is, he agreed not to let us not have class today. We did a vote, and it was unanimous that we are going to have class. Yeah, so hopefully he'll let us go early. Dr. Hale, if you're listening, can we leave early today?
That sounds a little bit like a rigged vote to me. Was the vote rigged?
I don't know. We're in the PhD program, so it's a little bit different for us. We get to not have a life doing a PhD. So, yeah.
So basically, you're at the point right now where you understand, hey, we got to go to class.
Well, I've always understood that, but I don't know. It's just certain times and certain things you want to enjoy, especially around the holidays. Now, my son's not here. He's in Houston, Texas. But I visited Houston this weekend, and I got to see his little Spider-Man costume that he wears every year. He always outgrows the old one, so he always has to get a brand new Spider-Man costume.
Well, how was that time in Houston? Obviously, you worked there for a number of years and lived there. So what was it like going back to the city you used to call home?
Well, I went to my alma mater's homecoming, Texas, the illustrious Texas Southern University. And I went to homecoming. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a little raspy and hoarse this morning because I rode on the parade float with the radio station that I work with, KTSU 90.9, your community station. And we were on the float, and I screamed and yelled, and so yeah, I lost my voice. Homecoming was amazing.
So they had the parade. What other kind of events did they have at the homecoming, and how did it compare to Southern Miss's homecoming?
Well, HBCUs, I don't really know how they categorize this college, but I know we're an HBCU, and so they went all out here for the events as well. So I think they all equate to the same, level of how they promote events and the type of events they have on campus. It's just that we may have, because you all had Bubba Dub. We had Bubba Dub here, who was a comedian. And we had MC Light. I got to meet MC Light in person. And I thought that was amazing. So, I mean, it's really no different with the events on any homecoming, because everybody goes all out.
Can't forget, we also had DJ Peaches.
DJ Peaches. We did have DJ Peaches, absolutely.
So that's a guest we had a little while ago, but I know you've probably been asked this a lot, by me especially off air, but could you just talk about your time at your old radio station, 90.9 community radio or whatever you called it?
Community station. I love 90.9. I love the staff. I love the team. Everybody loves me.
Oh.
I just got a text asking, we're going to be on the Thanksgiving Day parade downtown, and it's a big thing in Houston. And I just got a text from Donna Franklin, who is the programming director, who said, "You're coming for Thanksgiving to be on the parade, right?" And I'm like, absolutely. I really didn't know that until 5 minutes ago, but I am. And I don't know, the greatest thing about how I learned how to be on the radio is I was on the radio years ago, but I had a talk radio station called What's the Tea on KJOZ with your host, Whitney Howard. And I didn't do any production. I had no production side. I was just a voice on the radio. I had people that do what I'm doing for you guys, well, what y'all are doing here, which helped me do the banter with cueing me in and out for commercials, because we had commercials. Here we have sponsorships. And when I got to actually being on the air, touching all the buttons, learning how to do radio operations, it was really a big deal, because I was the only one in the studio. You're the only one at the time of your show, and you got to make a few mistakes at first and figure it out, because nobody was in a booth with you. And I learned really, really quick. But I had great teachers, how to teach me voice diction, how to teach me how to work the wide orbit, how to show me how to do scripts. And I already had a genre of music that I like, because I'm also a classical pianist.
Okay.
So I deal with classical music, which you will hear here on WUSM starting next month. It's called Classical Corner, where I am going to promote classical music, some of your best loved classical music.
Oh, wow. That's definitely going to be an interesting thing to listen to. It's nice. WUSM, kind of like a melting pot of music, right?
Absolutely.
A lot of different stuff.
And that's how radio stations should be. I mean, you have different radio personalities. I know people used to call them DJs, but DJs are kind of like expanded for those who go out, that do parties and whatever. So we call us radio personalities. And everybody has different genres that they like to promote. So you will always get the melting pot, unless you're strict. If it's a strict radio station that's just R&B, that's just classical, that's just jazz, you might have the different types of jazz that they play, like the bluegrass and all those other types of formats. And so, yeah, you'll get that. You'll get that. But we're more of a college-based radio station, so we can allow the flexibility when it comes to the different genres that we promote here.
I feel like you're a big R&B fan. Is that your favorite genre?
I love R&B and I love jazz.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm flexible with a lot. I haven't gotten into like heavy rock. I tried the headbanging thing and I had a headache. It's really, really bad when I tried to bounce my head. It didn't work for me. My hair was cute when it was swinging, but my head was hurting after.
You'll get used to it. Madison, what's your favorite genre of music?
Ooh, that's tough. I really like early 2000s, like pop.
See, I'm more of like a classic rock guy, 90s and stuff like that.
I like classic rock too.
So
I do too.
I will listen to a lot of the radio, or a lot of the music played on WUSM, but it's nice to have all these different kinds of music for everybody. So that's all I have for you, Whitney. Thank you for popping on to talk to us.
Thank you so much. You guys, I just want to say before I leave that I am so proud of each and every one of you all who are on my team here on Southern Miss Today. You guys have come in and you have shined and made me look really, really, really great. And I thank you all of you guys. I appreciate you all. And just keep doing this. Let's get an award-winning show for Hattiesburg, for the campus of USM, and let's make it happen and keep it moving.
Oh, you're going to make me cry.
Aww.
So I'm going to cry during this quick break where we have some sponsorship messages. We'll be right back here on Southern Miss Today.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To start, Mississippi will give you 1 month cooler rental and 2 bottles of water for free. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
What's going on, Southern Miss Radio? I'm Austin, a.k.a. Smooth Oz, with 4th Street Sports Show. me and the crew are back on Mondays at 5 p.m. Yes, Mondays at 5 p.m. Tune in to 88.5 for all things Golden Eagles athletics and a fun-filled experience with recaps and interviews from coaches, players, and administrators. Mondays at 5. Don't forget.
Where if nobody shows up.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today. We'd like to thank our executive producer, Whitney Howard, for stepping in and having that great conversation with us. But right now we're going to throw it to SM2 reporter Brooke Parker as she reports on the Church of Jackson gatherings that take place on campus. I know many of you have probably seen them. Let's hear about them. Let's take it away from Brooke.
The Church of Jackson is a frequent visitor of the USM campus. The group can often be found protesting every Tuesday at Shoemaker Square with various graphic signs. Following complaints from students to SGA Senate, administration has decided there is little that can be done.
The people who are on campus, they're in a free speech zone, and since they are on a publicly funded university, they have every right allotted by the Constitution. That includes freedom of speech, freedom of religion. So if we try to impede on that, that's directly interfering with their First Amendment rights.
There are 5 free speech zones on campus. During these protests, a campus police officer and Dean of Students Serena Cantrell or Vice President are always in attendance. Despite this, there have been instances of students assaulting members of the Church of Jackson at these protests.
And then there's been instances of students spitting on them, flashing their extremities to them, so that's assault, and then that's public indecency. So those are crimes that can be followed up by a lawsuit.
Brooke Parker, SM2 News.
Back here on Southern Miss Today, and yeah, the Church of Jackson, that's a real issue. Whichever side of the coin you lay on, there's definitely some opinions across campus about that, but unfortunately, that's all we have time for here on a spooky edition of Southern Miss Today. So, on behalf of executive producer Whitney Howard, audio engineer Kelsey Bolden, video producer Devontae Anthony, news reader Madison Warren, I've been Jackson Howell. This is Southern Miss Today. Stay golden, Eagles.